think it's recording now. I don't know if any of my other stuff came across. I'm going to do this again. Hello, folks. Here's Lisa and myself.
Hello.
I don't think my camera was actually recording as we were riding in, but if it wasn't, we're up here on my mother's family farm. My uncle lives over there, and this is the farm. Got some folks down here that lease a little bit of the property. They're gathering up their cows today, and I don't know if they're taking them to auction or what they're doing.
But you hear some feedback from the horses a little bit, or the cows a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll hear some cows mooing and stuff.
Let's get going.
All right, so we're going to come up here. My uncle built a new cabin up here to hunt in out of, and I hear a dog up here. So we're going to go up here and see if these bikes will get us up on top of this hill or not. So we're going off-roading. We got to dodge the cow piles though. All right. So this is how the road goes. It's hard to see right now, but the cows have the grass eaten down pretty good. They might just be taking them to another pasture that has better grass. I don't know. All right, so here's how you go up. And if we can make it to the top of this hill, I'm going to be really surprised, because this is super steep. Oh, I think I might make it. I can put it even in second gear. And this was called Airport Hill.
You might make it, but I might not. I wasn't pedaling.
Hey, I cannot believe I made it up. Of course, I'm on the Ratton 7. You made it, huh? I think I went through a cow pile, unfortunately. So he's actually got a sign there that says Airport Hill. And he's got a dog. Hey, buddy. Now, I've never met this dog before, so I'm not going to mess with him. This dog is going to make this video a little bit irritating. Hey, that's enough. That's enough. All right. So just to let you know how high we just climbed, down there at the fence is where we just came in. So, I mean, you can kind of see the grade of the hill right there in the distance. But this is my mom's dad's farm, and as far as you can see is grandpa's land. Now, when he passed away, he willed all this land in parcels to the 5 kids. So right now we're on one of my aunt's parts. My Uncle Richard is down there. He likes working on vehicles, tractors, pretty much anything with engines. I've got a cousin that lives in that house. And then down there's a mobile home. That's part of my mom's property. She's got some rentals down there. Let's walk over to this side. And again, over here is more of the same. We have the old farmhouse down here, and there's a pond, and you know, all these woods. Over my uncle, I've got another uncle that lives over there on the hill, so his part goes up and over that hill a bit. But I've always loved this farm. You can see the windmills off in the distance. This is kind of part of the Appalachian chain of mountains, going right along the top, and they go all the way up through. And they stop for a while, and they start back up on up a little bit up north. We hope to get up here whenever the leaves are at their best, but it looks like all the very colorful ones are gone, and we're kind of left with some browns and kind of dull reds and dull yellows. Last weekend was the height of the colors, and boy, we had yellows and reds popping. It was really, really pretty last weekend, but we were tied up and couldn't get out on our bikes. So, but man, he's made a nice little place. This used to just be a flat part, and we called it Airport Hill because it was flat as an airport, and then you can drive off. It would have been a good hang gliding hill, really. So I'm not sure if it got picked up when we came in, but my uncle is an airplane pilot, and of course he's got a couple friends that are airplane pilots, and they've got a little airport grass runway cut in down there on my uncle's property where they'll come in and land their airplanes. But we're up on about the highest point of the, well, not quite the highest, but the highest where you can see. And you can kind of see how steep that hill is. That's about how steep we came up on our bikes. I was on the Ratton 750. Lisa's on her electric 1.0 with the 500 watt motor. And just a beautiful out through here. This would be an awesome place for a house, except when it snows. It gets really deep and really cold right here on this point. Snow will actually drift on the other side of this hill, and it'll get 20 feet deep sometimes. You could just barrel down through. Okay, you ready to run on out a little bit? Okay, again. All right, again, sorry about the barking dog. It gets all excited. Well, we're going to come on back out this way a little bit. Oh, I turned I turned my volume down while we were beside each other so I wouldn't get feedback.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a fence there. So let's come over this way. This is kind of a cool view too. So we're going to come out on this point that I showed you just a minute ago. What's the matter?
If I don't land in a pile of poo, I'll be surprised.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to wind up going through some because they're everywhere. All right. So this is out on the point. Again, we've got my uncle's this way. Over here used to be a barn. You can kind of see there's concrete. Used to be a barn. That circle down there used to be where the silo stood. And then, no, well,
how do you get to the house back there?
we'll go down the way we came up and out. Yeah, we may go down. Well, shoot, I hate to go down this steep thing. I might ride on up that way and see if there's a way across without going down this steep part. But there's a pond down here, a couple of watering troughs for the cattle. But yeah, so the property covers all these fields, the woods, and there's some more fields out that way, but I don't think we're going to make it that far, maybe, I don't know. But we'll see. We're going to explore. It's been probably 20 years since I've ridden around this farm, and they've put up a lot of different fences. They lease part of this property out from time to time to people with cattle so that they can have new pastures to eat. And I'm going to be using my throttle quite a bit here. Pedaling.
We can go right along through here, down here. Or are we going up there?
Well, I thought we'd come this way. I just want to see what's over here. Over here is, my grandpa used to have a car junkyard. Starting from about 1940s, he had about a car about every 5 years. He'd get a new car, and instead of trading them in or sell them, he'd bring them over here and park them. And he had cars about every 5 years apart, from about the 40s all the way up through the 80s or so. But I've heard that they ended up selling a lot of them, if not all of them, off. Yeah, okay, so down in this little valley is where all the cars used to sit. I see a few remnants of rusted stuff, a door maybe, but it looks like all the cars are gone. There's no easy way to get across the fence on this side, Lisa. So I guess we'll try and hit that other gate. Shoot. All right, one thing with this bike, when you're using the throttle, you accidentally hit the brake when you're trying to turn or go up a hill, and it cuts it off on you. Yeah, we're gonna have to spray our tires off when we get home. We might power wash them when we get back. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe it's not quite so steep along the fence.
The problem with this, and I don't know if JP is saying very much, but it's very, very rivety. Lots of rivets in this. It's not smooth at all.
Yeah, it's very rough.
So like we're four-wheeling.
Okay, here's a little road, so this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
See, this stuff, it wasn't here when I was younger. Oh,
On one of those sticks.
and the gates are open, which is nice.
Is that mud there, or is that dry?
Looks dry. Luckily, we haven't had any rain for a while, or much rain anyway. Yeah, this is dry. Now the problem here is we've got kind of another steep hill a little bit. Let's try and go back up along the fence. There's a cow path. But of course they get bumpy because they have hooves and they sink and make divots and stuff. Uh-oh, am I gonna make it?
I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna walk it.
Oh, I'm pedaling still. Barely. I'm going like 2 miles an hour. Hey, I made it.
Hey, how do I walk it?
Whew. I can't believe I made it up through there.
Burn my dust, honey.
Again, for people that think these things can't go up hills, I think I'm
Going pretty good.
showing what they can do. So up here's a guy. He's looking for our cows, I guess. Man, getting a lot of feedback.
I'm not even close to you.
How are you?
Okay, pretty good.
Look, yeah, not too bad. Looking for cattle?
Missing one.
Oh, are you? A calf or a big one?
Big one.
I'm Joanne's nephew.
All right.
Yeah, my mom, she's down here. She has a couple mobile homes she rents. We were helping her. We thought we'd come up here and ride around. I hadn't ridden around the farm in like 20-something years.
Yeah, I know there was a graveyard up there.
Yeah, there was a cemetery down over by, there's a little dip down over by the old house. My grandpa used to have, he'd buy a car, about every 5 years he'd get a new one. Since about 1940, he'd drive them down in there and just park them. Never sold them. It was full up with cars like every 5 years from about 1940s up to the 80s. Packed with cars. That was his car junkyard. When he passed away, my two uncles, Richard and David, they had them pulled out and sold them for restorers and stuff. I guess there's none back there now, just maybe some pieces.
So you're looking for a little one?
A big cow. They're missing one, he said.
Well, there's two who are on the backside over on there's a red one and a number 27. She's got a hurt foot.
Oh.
But I want to make sure I try to get all, I could get maybe today or tomorrow and try to get, if I can get them in that hayfield over there and lock them up.
Yeah.
Start hauling them out tomorrow if I can.
Is Dawn with you on the other side?
Huh?
Is Dawn with you?
Don's, he's
No.
not up here.
Okay.
No, he's
No,
not.
Russell just took off walking. There's one.
Oh, okay.
She just had a calf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one there just had one. But I'm still missing one. But I'm going to go back
Huh.
down again, make sure I didn't miscount one.
Yeah.
All right. You say, what is a red?
No, I saw the red. There's a red
Oh.
one and a 27 that way, but if you see anything else, everything else should be down there. If you see
Okay.
one, let me know.
Yep, we will.
Good luck.
All right. You too. All right, so that's a guy that's leasing part of this property. He's missing a cow, so we're going to look around and see if we can see another. Usually the cows will stay pretty close together. Well, I want to go out this way. I mean, it's flat over here. I'm trying to see where the old junkyard. Well, you can stay where you are if you want. I'm not going down in this dip. I think the junkyard, I know my uncle David will probably watch this, or my cousin Michael, and tell me I'm all wrong. But there used to be a junkyard, and maybe it was out through that bottom, maybe. Well, there's a gas well down there. There's several gas wells here on the farm. What is this thing? Let me come over and see what's going on here. Lisa, I forgot how big this place was. I really did. That looks like, oh, I bet that's an old hunting deer stand somebody's built. They just threw it together with scraps of wood. Well, I'm thinking if he's looking for a cow, it may be in the woods. It could be in these woods back here too. Well, no, I mean, unless there's a hole in the fence. Okay. All right, we can come on out around. Well, yeah, kind of stay to your left. Don't come down. Because I'm going to come your way. Because there's a nice hill here. My brakes still, you know me and adjusting brakes. I still haven't adjusted my brakes. And they're not the best holding me back. So there's a road down here that goes to the hard road, and that's the road that goes to David's house. I know. I know. Well, let's kind of go out this way. This will come around by the old house, and then we can head on back. Trying to figure out what to put my bike power on. And I'm sitting here going through all this cow poop. Man, this is some rough stuff here. It's almost worse than going over those, yeah. This is almost worse than going over those railroad tie bridges in that one video. Yeah. That cow is probably laying down in the woods somewhere in some of those underbrush. You wouldn't be able to see it. He didn't. Oh, this is rough. Oh, goodness sakes. So he said there's a red one over here and a calf. They found those. Yeah. Well, he's locking up that fence, so I'm not going to go behind him and unlock it, I don't guess. That guy's got a bit of a junkyard back there himself. Yeah, we should have. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, let's just go back the other way. Well, we'll see it going around this way. Man, I tell you what, if we make it out of here without a flat tire, I'll be impressed. There's a lot of sticky stuff in the ground. Come up high and we'll get away from those bumps. I know. I've got mine on too, just to let you know. I rarely came back on this side of the farm when I was a kid. This was usually just cow grazing area. We usually stayed more out where we first came in area. Yeah. Without what? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to talking while we're on the bikes, I guess, maybe. Let's see, I think we got to come up this way now. And then we'll come down this fence row. I guess I'll just have to come back later and look for that other cow. It's possible. They may have forgot how many they had up here for all we know. They are guys. Yeah, this is a little steep. Whoa. Yeah, this place didn't used to have all these fences and gates. You could just ride wherever you wanted to. So you don't feel like riding down, huh? Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I hear you. Yeah, I forgot about this pond on this side. There's another one over by the old house. Grandpa wasn't into fishing too much, but they'd have been good to catch some fish and throw in there. And it's not very big, but yeah, you could throw some carp and catfish in there. And maybe some bluegill. I don't know, maybe a bass or two, who knows. Not many. Well, between talking to him and watching you walk down the mountain, it's taken a little while. That's all right. Okay. Oh boy. Whoo! I ran out of power in the middle of a turn. And if it wouldn't have got me around, that'd have been bad. That would have been bad. Okay. Yeah, we'll just kind of go out around the side of the hill here. Richard may not even know this is us. He might think that we're the guys out here rounding up the cows. Hey, there's the Explorer. They got a whole mixture of cows. They got red, white, black, Angus. Got all kinds of them. Your brakes, did you say? Oh, out here is one of Grandpa's old milk truck bodies. See by this old truck? I don't know if his name is on the side still or not. Well, we'll see we'll look at it real quick on the way out. Yeah, that's a little bit more than a hunting cabin. It's more like a little getaway cabin. Oh yeah? right goes up on the hill. We got to come out this way. Man, this house is about to fall down. I remember going in this house a couple times with Grandpa. They moved down to town before the third kid was born out of 5. But he used this house for storage, and we would go in there. Hey, there's David driving in his van. So this is the old house. Oh. So this is where my mom and her older brother and older sister were born. But I remember going in here, you know, back in the 70s and stuff with Grandpa and putting stuff in, bringing stuff out. I just remember the hallways were tiny. Even at that age, I felt like I had to turn sideways to go up steps. Houses were just built so small inside back in those days. But see over here, this is the bigger pond. Right over here. And then over there is David's house. So he can see the old house. My uncle lives up there. This is all part of the farm. There's some oil well stuff, some gas well stuff. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's hard to tell. It could be down in those woods, but in front of you. See this road to your right? It kind of goes down and turns left on your right here. It turns left, it goes down by that mobile home that we saw coming in. Remember I told you used to have 3 or 4 or 5 that went up through that hollow? If you could turn in that road, you'd come out right here. Alright, kind of the tour of the, my mom's family farm. They used to have a lot of fun riding their 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, snowmobiles, tractors, e-bikes now. Grandpa had an old Model T. My cousin and I used to ride out through here around the hills. We used to treat it like a go-kart. Boy, we'd take these curves around these hills super fast, and it would feel like the car would kind of bend in half. It was kind of scary. That was usually when Michael was driving. I drove slow. If my parents and stuff are watching this, I was the slow driver. Yeah, I was a slow driver. I really was, though, usually. He was 9 months older than me. He was kind of the better handler of vehicles. Because... oh, okay. Good thing about the farm, you can just kind of turn down wherever you want and go. See how cows see how the cows leave all these things sticking up? Goats will eat that down too. Yeah, this is untouched ground. It's never been leveled or anything. Yeah. So my grandpa, back in his younger days, was a milkman, and he'd go pick up those big old metal milk cans from farmers, and then that would be on the back of his truck, and we'd put the milk in there, take them to the carnation plant, and offload them and get empties and go out and collect from all the farmers again. Boy, look at this old Chevy truck here, 6400. It's a bit. No, it's so weathered. You can kind of see Carnation. He usually had his name and stuff on the door. The doors are the front little door. It's all rusted up. The thing is pretty much falling apart. Alright, now we'll head on back out of here and go down and help my mom and them. So here's the, I don't know if this came out the first time, but this little cut swath is a little airstrip where my uncle and his friend can land their airplanes. They'll land down here, and then they'll come over here and see my uncle, my other uncle. Yeah. Yeah, Richard's out there spraying off the vehicle. All right, now we'll head on back. Yeah, my grandparents are buried just over in that church cemetery right across the street from their farm. Hidden drive, slow. So this is another part of the farm. My parents rent these mobile homes out. So thanks for riding along with us. Lisa's going up there to see what it looks like up that way. A little fence. So hopefully the next time we'll be on a nice trail, but until next time, hope everybody's having a good day. God bless, and we'll see you on the next video.